Yo. Oh, we locked in? We live, baby, we live. Let's go. Lancastar podcast. What's good?
Yeah.
Honored to be here, bro. Honored to be here.
We are here. Easy V, what up?
Yo, we back at the lab.
Alex, what up?
Yo.
We got Alex in the building.
Yes, sir. We are here. We are
Exciting times.
Lancastar, the building.
Days right after the vacation. Thanksgiving was popping.
Too
Black
much.
Friday, and now we got Lancaster.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Looking like somebody's Theo out here today.
I see you, Easy V.
Yeah. Yup.
Well, let's go ahead and introduce you first. DJ Easy V.
Yo, we're back in the lab.
We
Feels
back.
good. We got a special guest today. We got another one up.
DJ G Logic in the building. What's up, everybody?
Logic.
What's up?
Yes, sir.
Pretty good.
You already know. We here. And of course, we got the one and only Alex Cologne Wednesday. What up?
We got Alex in the building.
Excited to be here. What a time to be alive.
What a time.
Man.
Welcome to the Lancastar podcast.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Of course. Been a long time coming.
It's been a
long
while.
time coming. You've been working.
Yeah, I've been working, but man, I was thinking even before this time today, like I was just hyped to come up here because I saw what y'all been working on. And being in this studio is surreal because it's a beautiful space.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful space.
Thank you. I appreciate it. All of Easy V's blood, sweat, and tears into this whole studio right now.
Nah, bro. It ain't even like that.
He's sweating over there right now.
Nah, I do be sweating over here on this side, bro. For real.
You gonna sweat some more? I got that light on blast.
When the lights
Big
get too bright.
blast.
Big blast on Easy V.
Big blast.
What's
How-
really good?
Is that audio good? Can you hear Alex good? Pull
Check,
the mic.
check.
Pull the mic a little bit
Yeah.
closer.
I want to make sure I do this right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Check.
Yeah, check.
There
Everybody
you
who
go.
just tapped in real quick. If
Yes,
you're watching
sir.
this is the Saturday Night Podcast, the Lancastar Podcast, DJ G Logic. Oh, it's good.
Yeah.
Oh, this is gonna be too much fun. I already can tell.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Just get
So
this.
you already know Easy V, drop that just a notch.
I got you, bro.
Yeah.
Trying to get the levels out here.
Nah, you doing good. Tell everybody what kind of controller you using.
That gold. That Goldie. That DDG. That
DDJ. It's a DDJ.
Rev 7.
Rev 7.
Yeah, the Rev 7.
How you like that controller?
Probably gonna be my last one for a long time. Spent a lot
I
of
don't know.
money
I
on this
think,
song.
well, pretty soon we're gonna be copping
Oh, yeah.
Pioneer Rev 1 Mark 2. They got the white skin
Oh, yeah,
on
yeah,
it.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Everything white, so it's gonna color coordinate
Alright.
with how everything behind Easy V looks.
Okay.
So we got the white screens and everything back there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, color coordination in the studio is just gonna be that much more better. You know what I'm saying?
We got controllers. We about
Yeah.
to have seating. That can start going up.
Y'all got a barber shop in here.
We got a barber shop in the building.
Y'all don't even know about that.
Y'all got
Don't
the,
hit me up for no haircut, so I am not available.
Y'all got the rap cam in here.
Yeah, all of that.
got
Logic's
it all.
killing it in here.
Easy V, you checked if we live?
I didn't. I was too busy talking to you.
Oh, okay.
But I think we straight. We got motion on the TV over here.
Okay. If you say so.
You said what?
You said Instagram, right? IG.
Yeah, we live on Twitch, we live on YouTube, and we live on IG. You see it?
So
It says it doesn't. They don't show it on the Instagram.
It doesn't show.
Oh, there we go again with this one. Yeah.
On IG, it should.
IG for me is
Yeah, on IG, it should show. Let me see something real quick. Easy V.
what's up, bro?
So what's up with you?
Well, ain't shit, bro. Thanksgiving, Black Friday.
Yeah, how was your Thanksgiving, bro?
It was good, bro. How was yours?
I'm starting to realize that traditions are starting to fade away pretty quickly. I think that's the big thing that I started to notice.
The spicy
You know, as
topic.
people grow up, you know what I mean? Like you have your parents that get older, the cousins, the people around you, they get older, and the glue isn't really there anymore. So like everybody's kind of doing their own thing.
Yeah.
I started to take notice of like, okay, like we're having it before Thanksgiving, we're having it after Thanksgiving. So I think that it's time for me to be the glue.
So what do you? I got my opinions on why I feel like that's drifting away. But what do you think causes that?
I think it's just everybody got their own life going on. I mean, I know family for us has always kind of been the center. And you know, coming back together has been a beautiful moment. We still have those moments. It's not like we don't. But just like the traditional get together on Thanksgiving or get together on Christmas has been like, you know, individualized for every person.
Right.
So, you know, my pops is going out to Puerto Rico, seeing the family during Christmas. Thanksgiving has just been earlier. Yeah, I noticed some of the traditions isn't as like glued as it was when I was younger. So I think, you know, everybody's just kind of living their own life. What you think?
I think it has to do with like, excuse everyone, I'm having musical issues over here, but we're gonna keep this joint going. I think it's more like work wise, bro. Like people are just working more. People are tired more. You know what I'm saying? Like people, I just feel like we're working so much that we're forgetting that this just isn't all. You know what I'm saying? Like life just isn't all about working, bro. Like we gotta try to make time for each other. Try
That's
to
real.
make time for, you know what I'm saying, for like our, you know, like things that energize us to keep going.
Yeah.
On the, you know, on in the tomorrow. I
Yeah,
think a lot
that's
of us
real.
are forgetting about that, joint, bro.
That's real. It's hard to do that when you're just out here trying to survive, though. And that's why so many people are working so much. They're just really trying to survive, make sure everything is good on their side of things, whether it be family, the food, the shelter, security, their kids. You know what I'm saying? It gets deep.
Yeah,
But
bro.
I could definitely see that as being something that makes the tradition kind of fade away.
What about you, Logic? What do you think, bro? on besides the fact that the music is absolutely gone for right now and try to get this joint
Yeah,
back
so
up.
basically I haven't, like the holidays hasn't been here for me. You know what I'm saying? Like you used to. And I'm not trying to host a whole pity party. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, as time passes, the presence of, you know what I'm saying, individuals change. Some people still here, some people not. So that tends to like really take, you know what I'm saying, a big part in I believe division nowadays. Not so much that people don't like each other or trying to hang with each other or nothing like that. It causes a lot of separation in the sense that because one piece of the link is missing, the whole puzzle doesn't complete. You know what I'm saying? So nothing feels natural, normal, you know what I'm saying, what it used to. And because of that, we tend to like fall back completely as a just, you know what I'm saying, trying to adjust to
Well,
it.
let me ask you something on that tip.
Yeah.
Do you feel like there's one person in your family, this goes for either of y'all, but like one person in your family that was or is the glue that brings all those people together, and are they still there?
It could be that person, one person, my mother, you know what I'm saying, was the glue to my aunts, to my uncles, and then them being the glue to their kids, and then all that just coming together to being a glue to one.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So it does kind of cause like a chain reaction type thing. But you know, like I said, that's just a piece of it. It's not necessarily all of it. You know what I mean? But I think it's enough for me to like, I guess not, you know what I'm saying? Like try to go for the experience and try to continue it. So I don't put too much thought into it because I feel like that's what Thanksgiving used to be. You know what I'm saying? With my mother, so she's not here. So what is Thanksgiving? But not trying to take away, like I said, from everybody else. So you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not for the pity party. It's not for the make anybody feel bad or anything like that. It's just real. It's just how it is. And I seen a post the other day that somebody said, Thanksgiving and the holidays and all that is not what it used to be. And it's because social media has exposed everyone to the point where we know each other a lot more through social media. So it's given us a lot more to consider when it comes time to be in the same room with everybody else.
That's tough.
You know what I'm saying? So
That's
people
tough.
are really not trying to like take advantage of any invites or anything like that because they already had enough to determine whether this is somebody I would want to spend a holiday or any other time with. Feel what I'm saying?
That's real.
Yeah,
That's
so
real.
It's you know what I'm saying? It like I said, it doesn't reflect me 100%. That's not something that I would say would be my final like decision making, you know what I'm saying, like process, but it does contribute to it. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
And, you know, I don't want anybody to take no offense to it, but I got a lot more to do nowadays than holidays. And I feel like a holiday is only one day and something that you're gonna like, how you say, celebrate on the strength of somebody telling you that this is the day you're supposed to celebrate. I'd rather just take a vacation and celebrate that whole, you know what I'm saying? Like that's a real celebration.
Yeah,
for me,
have
you feel what I'm
experiences.
saying?
Experiences are important.
Facts, because that's where you really feel it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Easy V, what was your last vacation?
I don't remember, bro. I just
All
know I
right,
take
let's stop the
trips.
lies.
I don't, bro. I
We
just
saw
take
you in
trips,
Florida
bro.
not too long ago, laying
that's-
on the beach taking pictures with your
Yeah.
Hawaiian shorts on and a white beater.
It wasn't the white beater. What was I gonna say? Nah,
was a
Florida's
regular
home,
beater.
bro. Florida ain't vacation, bro. Florida's home.
Florida's
Nah, bro,
home.
but I don't remember.
What part of Florida is home?
Cape Coral? The whole Florida.
The whole Florida.
Yeah.
The
Where's
whole
Cape
Florida.
Coral? Up north?
West side. Down south on the west side.
Okay.
But
Like Naples?
It's like an hour. Yeah.
Naples.
It's like an hour from Naples. 45 minutes from like Fort Myers.
Yeah, they're rich over there, right?
Cape Coral?
Naples, like Naples area. Yeah, they got
Water-
money over there.
The water's nice too.
money over there. Yeah, I lived in Miami for 5 years, so I kind of made my way around Florida to check out the different spaces, different cities and stuff. I really love Florida. The second home for me.
You say you lived in Miami?
Yeah, for 5 years.
Fire.
Yeah,
Shit,
bro.
We
It
was
was
talking
an
after the
experience.
podcast,
It was
bro.
it was an experience, man.
We was talking to Blush last week. Blush was our guest.
Big shout out to Blood.
Big shout out to Blush. We was talking to her, and she was saying how she was, you know, familiar with Orlando.
Okay.
So we started to, you know what I'm saying? Like, we started to compare Orlando and Miami, and I was always saying how Miami has a vice vibe to it, to where Orlando has a more touristy. But not to take anything away from Orlando, Orlando also has its good and bads, you know what I'm saying? They got their hood, they got their nice areas, they got their expensive areas, cheaper areas, tourist areas. Same thing with Miami. You cross that bridge, you know what I'm saying? You in Miami, that's different from Miami Beach.
Yeah. Yeah, it's different from Miami Beach. It's different from Fort Lauderdale that a lot of people say is Miami. It's different.
Yeah,
you know, every Miami has like 20 different cities in itself to compromise or to collectively say that is Miami.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like
we
even if
fly to Fort Lauderdale because it's cheaper.
yeah, it's cheaper, yeah, 100%. And then you just make the drive down. But honestly, like Florida has so many different cities throughout. It's such a big state. It's huge. From Key West to get up to Georgia, it's gonna take like 12 hours to drive up. You know what I'm saying? So it's a big state. It's a big state. But even Orlando, Tampa, you think about some of these other cities, they have their own community and their own culture, their own music scene, let alone their own art and creative scene that's really, taking over in their respective spaces. So the Broward scene is definitely different than the Miami-Dade scene. You know what I mean? Like when you think of South Florida. Then you go up north and you go to the Orlandos and the Tampas, and they're different scenes. So like, I think it's just cool having all those unique pieces, because when you cross from Miami going into Fort Lauderdale, it's a whole different state.
Yeah.
Damn near. It's a whole different state. The vibe, the types of people, the environments that you're in, like it's a whole different state.
20 minutes away from Miami.
Yeah.
It's
And
close.
And you can also tell like the building structures from some places, because
Architecture.
In Cape Coral they got a lot of like single floor like designs. As like when you get further down south to like Naples, or like I don't know where my brother's at right now, but he showed me pictures. The building structures are higher. They got like second and third floor buildings now over there. They're high.
That has to do a lot with zoning.
Yeah.
So the zoning is always gonna reflect, you know what I'm saying, like the area that you at, elevation, residency, and all that shit. So
Well, with Florida, you also gotta think about the hurricanes. You gotta think about most people don't have basements because it's all sand that you're building the houses on. So like if you had a basement, the water and the sand coming into your basement, you're more likely to have like a flooded basement. Like,
and I would always tell myself like
happen.
it would scare me to invest in something like Miami or Orlando because of the weather. And the last thing I want to do is spend all my money and then that shit just gets wiped away. You know what I'm saying?
That's facts.
But people from down there, they're not scared of the weather.
No, they have parties around it.
They got hurricanes coming. They throwing after parties and all that shit. Like, we all gonna be here.
Yeah.
We not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We ain't going nowhere.
We'll take a boat. We got something.
Let's do it.
Okay.
I can't wait till this hurricane come through.
Yeah.
It's like a snow day for them. You know what I'm saying?
Liquor
They get
store
a couple
sold
days
out.
off of school.
Liquor store sold out.
Facts. They going
Beer
shopping
distributor
out
sold
there.
out. Yeah, facts. Man, I missed that though. That was a vibe. Like honestly, my 5 years in Miami was time in my life.
Yeah.
It was a time in my life. I feel like if I did it now, it would be way different, because like now I'm older, but I did it when I was young and I was really just trying to get my name out there and talk to a lot of people about what I did and who I am. And just the energy around that kind of like elevated me as a human being and as a person. It made me talk to people. We kind of had this off-camera conversation, but like it made me talk to people in spaces that I wasn't the most comfortable in.
Yeah.
You know, the whole idea of being uncomfortable or getting comfortable with being uncomfortable. And that for me was Miami. That was like my time in Miami, because I didn't have friends. I didn't have family. I didn't have, anyone that I could really lean on. Yeah, I was there by myself. My pops dropped me off. I went to college down there at Florida International University, and I didn't know anyone. So I had to kind of get acclimated to who was around, what was the environment, how could I find my space and my own person inside of this. And I think that really helped me just talk to people and really just communicate with people in a different way.
Did you want to leave from Florida and come back up here?
That was one of the hardest decisions I had to make, to be honest with you. Like coming back to Lancaster was a scary thing, because I felt like I was going to come back here and get complacent. And like that's the number one thing I didn't want to do. And because I moved away for a few different reasons. One of the biggest reasons was to really, everyone is like, oh, you're a singer-songwriter, you're a hip-hop artist, you gotta move to a bigger city to really make it. So like that idea mixed with like, I want a new space, a new environment, new people to be around, because I grew up with everyone around Lancaster. So I know like if I go to the bar, I'm gonna see somebody I know for sure. But I want to be around in a city that I don't know anybody. And then I could create myself anew. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I could be whoever I wanted to be. And then I ended up finding who I really am. Outside of like the judgment or outside of the the mindset that a lot of people had here at that time. So moving down was a great experience, scary but great. But moving back was like it was like my story wasn't ended. It was a really hard decision for me to make, and ultimately I just prayed on it. I prayed on it a lot. COVID hit. At the time, I was working at a radio station doing marketing, promotions, advertising. Like I was doing all the stuff at the radio station, Entercom. That's Power 96. That's Kiss 99. That I was doing country, top 40, doing hip hop. Like I was doing it all at the radio station, and just understanding how the radio worked. Because my goal with that was to get my music played on the radio. But I didn't know that there was a program director that you got to go through and kind of like talk, like get your music hyped around in the local scene so that could translate into radio play. It was just a whole thing that I learned right there.
Yeah.
So radio. Then I worked at a bar / club for a little bit, doing like some like bar backing and stuff like that. I worked at Vans, the shoe store. I had like 3 or 4 different jobs just to sustain myself in a city that was really unaffordable, to be quite honest with you. Like being by myself and like being by myself and really just trying to sustain my lifestyle and who I was. Like I couldn't just go to the bar on a random day. Like spending money, I was really cautious about my money. You know what I mean? But it was the best time of my life. Really cautious about my money, best time of my life.
You spent the majority of your time inland or on the beach?
Inland on the beach. So I lived a couple different places in Miami. I lived on the campus at FIU for my last 2 years of college, and then I moved out with some people that I knew in Sweetwater. I moved like in the middle of Wynwood and Little Havana, like right next to the baseball stadium. We lived right next to the baseball stadium, Miami Marlins. And then my next goal was gonna be to move to Brickell, because I've always saw Brickell as like that's where I want to be.
Yeah.
Like I just saw this big vision of like, I need to be there, I need to live there, I need to be around those people. Because
Brickell has a lot of, for like people that are not familiar with Miami, Brickell right now has a lot of development going on. A lot of new buildings going up, you know what I'm saying? Businesses moving into the area. And Wynwood is the art district. So basically there's a lot of clubs out there. There's a lot of businesses, high priced property and all that too.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And they have a lot of stuff that you could actually utilize when it comes to art stuff, photography and music videos. And they got the little warehouse kind of factory thing with all the graffiti around that. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, Wynwood is super fire.
That's where Rolling Loud started. Rolling Loud started in Wynwood. And
my favorite part about Wynwood is they got the car upside down or sticking out the ground.
I don't know if I know what you're talking about.
It's not too far away from where the
like main strip is.
Yeah, the main strip is.
Okay.
Basically leaving Wynwood once you start.
Gotcha. Oh, is it hanging off the building?
No, this car is in the ground.
Okay.
Coming out of the ground.
I might have not
like
seen that structure
over.
before I left. I left in 2020 when COVID hit, because the industry was dead. Nothing going on. And at that point, like, I have rent to pay, I got bills to pay, and everyone was kind of going their separate way at that point. So I had to make a decision. I ended up working at Home Depot third shift to try and make it work, doing some like inventory stuff, and like, this is not what I signed up to do in Miami.
Coming out of work tired every day.
I hate that. And it didn't make a difference because I was working at the club until 6, 7 in the morning. So like I was like, well, I could do third shift at Home Depot. It's the same thing. It's not the same thing.
Nah, once you get into a job just like super heavy, trying to like work another job after that, especially if it was after that, you can't relax. Like I work a third shift job right now, and the first thing I do is try to come out of work, sit down and edit, and it's just hard because I done pushed my body so hard. So taking those few minutes of relaxation looking at a computer, I'm already dozing off. So there's no creativity, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's gone.
Yup. Yeah, I hear that.
Shit, I'm a road runner, bro. I go.
You look like you go.
I go, bro. I go. I could break night. I work all kind of hours, bro.
Where you going?
I don't know right now.
So no sleep. You could run off no sleep.
Bro,
Yeah,
I'd
see,
have horrible. Before it used to be worse, bro. I used to break nights so bad because I just felt like because I used to work 12 hours plus, so I felt like I had no life. So when I did get home on my days off, I would break night because I knew that eventually I'll go back to work and work another 12-hour monster ass week, bro. So you know what I'm saying? It was bad. I developed bad stuff by having that bad habit, but I could say I could break night, bro, easy, bro.
Well, we glad you're up right now.
Yeah, facts.
Whatever you
We're
do,
glad that you're here. We're glad that you're
facts. Whatever you do not fall asleep on us over there.
It's not the time to fall asleep.
Facts.
We'll put the camera on you.
We are live. Once again, y'all, we are live right here on Lancastar Podcast. Alex Cologne in the building, a.k.a. Worldwide Wednesday. I don't know what the hell he just pressed right there. What you just pressed? 3 songs at the same time? So, tell us, Worldwide Wednesday, how did you come up with the name Wednesday? Why not Tuesday? Why not Thursday?
That's the big question. The weekend was already taken, so I couldn't do that.
Word, shout out to the weekend.
Yeah, bro. Nah. Honestly, it was in high school. I made a lot of music, right? I actually made music to burn on the CDs, and then I would hand it out in the middle of like the hallways and some of my friends around. But like most of the CDs ended up in the trash or misplaced, or like you could just see them on the floor. And it really discouraged me from even making music or being the artist in front of the lights and the cameras. And I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna just take a backseat. I'm gonna learn the production. I'm gonna learn the engineering, because you don't really have to be in the lights for that. Yeah. But I still love music. Like I have this passion for music. Yeah. So I pushed forward with the production. I pushed forward with the engineering, and then as my production became better, I started writing music on top of some of the production I was doing. But I would never release it because I would just think back to the time of like, I'm not trying to go through that process again of like being discouraged of what I wanted to do and what I'm passionate about. And it was just honestly just a joke, but like we were just kicking it, some friends, and I was like showing them some of my production, some of my new music, and I was like, my friend was like, yo, you should release this because my voice was on it. And I was like, nah, I'm not trying to go back there. And he's like, nah, for real, like you're good, you just gotta get the confidence behind it, like really push your music out to people and be confident and stand by it. And at that point I was just joking. I was just like, if I do, I'll end up naming myself Wednesday, and I'll drop an album called This Week. And I was just kidding, but like I ended up dropping the record as Wednesday, like as a joke. But it ended up doing 11,000 in like 2 weeks. And I was like, oh shoot, like people are really receiving this music right now. And like then people started calling me Wednesday, and like it just kind of organically happened. I'm like, wait, maybe this is a thing. Like maybe I could actually do something with this. So the idea of Wednesday came out of like this moment for me where it turned to confidence of like this. I don't know if I could do it. I don't know if I'm the right person, or if I could really be this musician or artist that I want to be, because I was so discouraged, especially by people like, you gotta move to a bigger city, you'll never make it here. And then I became Wednesday essentially, and now Wednesday is like it was almost my alter ego at the time of like, nah, this is my confidence. Like I'm walking in confidence of me being an artist, and that's why I wear this t-shirt everywhere I go. It says I'm an artist on it, because forever people would be like, oh, what do you do? And I would never say I'm an artist, or I would always put it last. I would be like, oh, I work at the radio station, but oh yeah, by the way, I'm also an artist. You know what I mean? So it came from that trauma of just being discouraged of making music and really just utilizing my voice for a wider purpose. But then, I stepped into myself, and Wednesday became the thing. And then the whole idea of the worldwide part was because I never left this country. My dad's family is from Puerto Rico, so like I've been to Puerto Rico, but I've never left the country. And I always said if I leave the country, I want it to be through music. So the whole idea of Worldwide Wednesday kind of came together organically, and here we are today. I left the country last year on a Baldwin trip, which I got like a grant through the city for doing some good work in the city, recognized as a leader in Lancaster City. And then I got this grant to go out to Europe and Africa. So I went to Spain, Morocco, and Portugal, and through that was a musical experience. So like I got to dive into music and really like share my music with other people, and that was like the culmination of like, okay, this is why I do what I do.
That's
you know
dope.
what I mean?
That's dope. Shout
Long
out to
story,
Worldwide Wednesday.
Long story, but here we are.
Nah, that's fire, bro. For real. Like, I've been watching you do your, you know what I'm saying, your collaborations with the city and working with the youth and doing events, which I participated in an event with you. And even the first time, that was the first time that you did it at that church place, right?
Yeah. Actually, can I take you back real quick?
Yeah.
Because the first time I met you, I don't know if you remember this, but the first time I met you was, I don't remember what year it was, but we were in York at a Fetty Wap concert.
Yeah. Jeez.
That was the first time I met you because we opened up. Because I used to manage artists during the time where I was like, I don't want to be the artist. I manage artists. I was the engineer. I was the producer. I was everything but the artist. And I was taking my artists and booking them on gigs. Yeah. So that was one of the gigs I booked. And then I ended up being the DJ for them because they didn't have a DJ. So I was doing like everything. I was wearing all the hats. I was wearing all the hats. But I didn't know what I was doing, bro. Like I had no idea. They just needed a DJ. They needed someone to play the music. And then you were like, here, take this, and you like handed me the aux, and I was like, okay, like I guess I'm the DJ at Fetty Wap's show. Like what? I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm here. But that was
day, his brother, Fetty Wap's brother, was actually hired to perform that day, and because Fetty Wap had his, you know, him and his brother, they had their family there with him, so they wanted to be a bigger performance for them. A lot of the people came out because of Fetty Wap. But initially, the one that was supposed to actually perform that day was his brother.
That's crazy.
And because he knew that a lot of people were there to see Fetty Wap, he told his brother, you know what I'm saying? He told Fetty, yo, go ahead, just grab the stage.
Wow.
Do your thing, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, just give the people what they want. And that's what he did. Fetty came out, crowd went crazy. That DJ, that day, I must have DJed like 7 hours by myself.
That's why he said, go ahead. Yeah, you got that, bro. I don't care what you do up there, just do it because I need a break.
I played my whole playlist. And at some point, I think I might have even came back to the beginning and started playing all over again because of so much. But like it was packed. You know what I'm saying? Like the vibes was high at all times. You remember the cobblestone had like a big opening in the middle, so you could look down and see everybody, and then everybody that was all the way wrapped around. So you could see Fetty coming all the way and his brother. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, shout out to Fetty, though. Shout out to his brother.
Yeah, shout out them.
It was a dope show all around.
Man, shout out you for even giving me the opportunity, bro. Like, even though I didn't know what I was doing, bro, sometimes you just had to be there and be prepared for anything to happen. You know what I'm saying?
You get the aux at any given time, but you gotta react.
You gotta just make it happen. You gotta make it happen. And that's what ended up happening. We performed, we did our thing, and I gave it back, and I had a good night. Like overall, that was like one of the most surreal times because that was in the beginning of me even getting these bookings. Like, okay, we're opening for Fetty. Then we got a booking opening for DMX in Reading, and then we got a booking for you know, just all these other things. I'm
rest
like, okay,
it's
DMX.
like,
yeah, rest in peace for real. And that was at Reverb. I don't think he ended up showing up that night. I think something had happened. Don't remember, but we still performed regardless.
Yeah, we had him at 11th Avenue before the cobblestone.
Gotcha.
It was George Street in York. So Smash brought him out over there. So the one that was, I guess, associated with the whole booking, bringing DMX out, was Larry Bentley.
Okay.
So he was, you know what I'm saying? They was trying to bring him to the hotel in downtown Lancaster. The mayor wasn't having it. DMX had his whole little, you know what I'm saying, situation that went public with him running down the hallway and all that, which, you know what I'm saying, he addressed everybody after that. Super down to earth dude. DMX ain't really give a fuck. You know what I'm saying?
I wish I met him. I wish. Actually, I ended up meeting him on the boardwalk in Atlantic City after another show that I did in Atlantic City. Random as hell. We looked over and, is that DMX? Went up to him. Super cool dude. Super down to earth.
Yeah, he's humble.
Like giving blessings and everything. I'm just like, oh man.
If I am mistaken, he was managing himself at the moment. You know what I'm saying? Yo, who we gotta talk to? You talk to me. Alright, we talk to you. You know what I'm saying? So it's yo, shout out to DMX, rest in peace.
Thanks, bro.
Legend,
Thanks.
original Rough Rider, yeah.
Big legend.
Yo, real quick,
Yeah.
shout out to Papu. Shout out to Dave. Shout out to that yellow Bobby. We shouting you out right now, Worldwide Wednesday.
Appreciate it.
Big shout out.
We gonna have you on the podcast soon too. Make sure y'all go check out the Yellow Bobby. He got his own podcast.
Oh yeah, yep.
Big shout out to you.
So-
He's always showing love, bro.
Facts, facts. We gonna get him on here. We definitely gonna get him on here. Shout out to Doc on the beat. Doc on the beat.
Big
Official
shout outs.
platinum Billboard producer.
Shout out.
He produced J.I.'s Need Me.
Hanging up
DOC,
on the wall.
Doc
Hanging
on
up
the
on
beat.
the wall right now.
Big
G Star
shout outs.
Entertainment. We in the building. What up?
Sheesh.
So you already know.
Shout out.
Once again, we got Alex Cologne in the building. Worldwide Wednesday. Now, originally, where you from?
Lancaster City.
Lancaster City.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
How you say it?
Lancaster.
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 Lancaster. That's how you say it. Lancaster. Lancaster. Not Lancaster, right?
Yeah, because when I was saying
Lancaster.
Lancastar, I was saying it how you were saying
Yeah.
it. I was like, I wonder.
Lancastar.
Lancaster.
Lancastar.
Because I would say Lancaster, so it's like Lancastar or Lancastar. So I was I was
Lancastar.
playing with the word a little bit,
Yeah.
but I got you.
Now, I think I switched it up when I, you know what I'm saying, changed that AR to Lancastar because everybody pronounced Lancaster, Lancaster. Even the people from Lancaster, you know what I'm saying? But they'll still say Lancaster.
Yeah, yep.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like they recognize the drag and the A
right.
when it comes to the name of the podcast, but not the city, though. They'll come right back to Lancaster.
That's
Yeah,
the
it's
branding.
still
That's the
Lancaster.
branding, bro. That's the branding.
Facts. Big shout out to Lancaster. Lancaster.
Lancaster
717. What up? 717. So you've been doing music and all that, of course, right?
Yeah.
Before that, has there ever been anything else that you might have felt that you wanted to like accomplish in life? Or has everything evolved around music?
Yeah, that's a good question, bro. I mean, I don't think so. I don't think I've ever been as passionate about something as I've been about music.
Yeah.
Just my experience in the industry and my experience on like even the back end of it. Not just making the music, but being the booking agent, being all those hats that I had to kind of wear throughout that time. I became passionate about the industry and about like the business behind it. Because I felt like, you know, there was just opportunity there's so many talented creatives around, in my opinion, around Lancaster County that like need to be seen. But then we were talking off air a little bit, just like you need to be seen, but you also gotta put the work in. And I felt like maybe there wasn't that person to kind of connect dots to make that happen. So I don't know. I fell in love with that. Before that, it was really just like bullshit, to be honest with you. Like I love soccer, so I grew up playing soccer, so I thought soccer was gonna be a way for me. I was supposed to go to college for soccer. I didn't end up going because I didn't see that as like a professional career. So I was like, I'm not gonna hurt my body over it.
Yeah.
So I didn't end up going that direction. And yeah, like most of my high school career, I didn't know what I wanted to do. It wasn't until I got out of high school that like music really became a way for me to communicate with people.
Yeah.
And I think now, just looking back, and you know how I'm sure in y'all life too, that like you look back and see where the dots had connected, and you're like, oh shoot, that's why that happened. That's why that moment, you know, whether good or bad, had happened for me now to where I'm at. It's beautiful because now I'm working with a lot of young people, but utilizing my music as a tool for them to kind of find themselves and for me to be a mentor to them. So that's kind of like surreal to me because I didn't plan for this. You know what I mean? Like you could have a vision of what success looks like for you, but that plan to get there, there's 100,000 different ways that could go.
It's gonna
right?
change for everybody individually.
Yeah. So that looked different for me almost every year. Every year up to where I'm at now is look different. I think it's only the past 2 years that I've really started sculpting this vision of like, okay, this is really what I want to utilize my music ability and my skills in the industry to be able to do for young people. And that's kind of where I've landed, because when I came back from Miami, although it was a big decision for me, I had to find a way here, right? So like coming to Lancaster again was, I'm gonna get involved with the youth. I'm a volunteer. I just want to be a mentor because I didn't have that mentor through high school. Had I had that mentor in high school, I could have maybe made something out of my music career in a very early stage, but I didn't have that person.
Yeah.
So I wanted to come back and mentor young creatives who maybe just needed somebody to lean on, or somebody who has had the experience. And you know, I got that opportunity through volunteering over at the Mix Youth Development Center.
Shout out to the Mix.
Yeah, shout out the Mix. And
Shout out to the Mix.
they built a recording studio in there, and they were like, yo, can you utilize the studio and show these young people how to use the studio, the recording studio? And I'm like, I do that every day, so yeah, of course. So it was almost that moment of where my passion for music and my purpose was actually coming together. You know what I mean? My purpose in why I even have the skill of being a songwriter, or, you know, within the industry, my purpose of leading these young people into their career, their next step, but specifically young creatives, whether it's music, whether it's art, whether it's, you know, whatever creative industry you consider it. I hope that I could be the stepping stone for you to be able to launch your career.
Fire.
Tough.
And I remember that not too long ago, you guys had the kids come together and y'all shot a music video for the Mix, which was fire. I wish I would have had that content. If I would have thought about it beforehand, I would have put that here. But I know the video is out. Where they can find that video?
Yeah, so I mean, this is the cool part, right? Not to veer off of your question, but like the music video is continuously being remade with so many different cohorts of students, right? So like you can find it on Ripple Hub's page. So the company that I founded is called Ripple Hub, and the other half is Tabitha Benitez. She's incredible at what she does, and like she's the other half of what we got going on. Logistics and operations, making sure all that's handled while driving the creative force of like what Ripple Hub is. But Ripple Hub, you could look it up on YouTube, and you could check out everything that we're doing currently. We're uploading every month. But through that experience at the Mix, it actually helped me develop a curriculum around people being in a studio. So like understanding the equipment, understanding how to creatively write, how to produce a beat, how to record, audio engineer, how to brand and make a logo for yourself. And then at the end, their project is create a song from scratch, produce it, write it, record it, and then shoot a music video for it.
Yeah.
So it's an 8-week program that these kids get to do at middle school and high school. And like to have that experience, if I would have had that in high school or middle school, I would, bro. Like, what?
You would have been way far.
What?
And the thing is, I've watched you. You know what I'm saying? I watched you grind even before you started doing the Ripple Hub thing, and you was probably one of the ones that stand out the most from all the people that was doing work out here. That's something that like gravitated me towards, you know what I'm saying? Like everything that you was putting out there, because you was putting out quality video. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you was putting out quality production, like your audio, you know what I'm saying? Just the way you executed your music and all that. Everything was structured, in my eyes, professionally.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? In a way that I felt like a lot of people should have been or should be paying way more attention to you, because you're talented, you're experienced, and you know what I'm saying, you serve as a model to what an artist should be.
I appreciate it.
And out here, they don't have too many people. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that make music. There's a lot of people that shoot videos. There's a lot of people that got videos. They do performances, studio performances and all that. But for the most part, a lot of these people out here tend to do everything in increments, in pieces. You know what I'm saying? And it's not the full puzzle. So it might seem like a lot to shoot a music video, to get a performance at a club, and to you know what I'm saying, get somebody to do one graphic design for you for a cover art for one song to the people that's from out here.
Yeah.
But in reality, it's not, because I work with record labels to where we're doing photo shoots, video shoots, and everything for a full-fledged album in a month.
Yup.
At that, you know what I'm saying? So that's where the real work is at, and that's where honestly a lot of people that's coming up in the industry or want to come up in the industry need to learn and get ready for, because once you get put in the industry and you don't show that you're strong enough to conquer those tasks, you're not gonna really go too far. Because the people that are gonna want to invest in you is not gonna want to make that risk. You know what I'm saying? Like, should I put $2 million behind this dude that's not gonna work? You know what I'm saying? And if it's your social media platforms that are building, that has all the followers that you need to get to your following, to get to your fans, and you don't utilize that because you rather depend on the marketing and everything else to do it for you, then it's like you're working against the clock.
I couldn't agree with you more. I feel like even that marketing piece, I fell in love with the process. I think that's the big thing. I fell in love with the process. So making music is one piece of the pie, like you were saying, right? So that's the fun part, right? Sometimes for me, everything is fun, but like sometimes, you know, you got the business side and then you got the creative side. Yeah. It's not always fun on the business side. You always want to be creative. It's not always fun on the business side. And like you still have to take care of your business. So looking back on it, and like I was talking a bit about connecting the dots, is like me being the manager, me being the marketing, me being the booking, me being everything else that I had to be for myself to be an artist, or for others to be an artist, helped me better myself as an artist.
Yeah.
And I agree with you that a lot of, you know, the people that I have surrounded myself with, I feel like they have elevated in more than just music. Like my little homie Ricky, like that's my little brother. He's so good at what he does. His music is so good. His image, like he was getting the photo shoots, he was doing the video shoots, and like he was really starting to build up his portfolio to become something really big. But those little things, like the photo shoots, for me, music is a moment, right? Like when you drop a song, it should be a moment, and you should be centered around that moment. How much can you make of this moment? So for me, I did an album called, or it was an EP called After Midnight, and all the records on the EP, it was like 4 or 5 records, was music I wanted you to listen to after midnight. Maybe cruising in a car, rolling down the windows, smoking something, or like whatever that is for you, right? Like I wanted you to listen to that music during that time. Yeah. So, you know, all of my marketing was centered around like a moon, and like I had candles that I had made. Shout out to the candle maker down in Georgia. I'm so sorry I don't remember the name of the candle maker, but like they created a moon, a shape of a moon, which was a candle that you could light. So then I sold those candles in part with my album. Nice. So like those moments that I was creating, what made it marketable, made it like more fun for people to invest in you, because music is only one piece. They're investing in you as an artist, and if you don't take yourself serious, they're not going to take you serious. So like that's the biggest lesson that I learned being an artist, is I have to take myself serious. I gotta walk with confidence, because if I don't, then they're not ever gonna invest in me.
And on top of that, putting in money into something, of course, you have to already expect that whoever's invested in you is looking forward to making money back off of that.
For sure.
So if you look at everything one-sided and basically approach everything selfishly, then you're not, you know what I'm saying, gonna fall in the favor of anybody else that could come after that. Yep. Because, you know what I'm saying, people are gonna know. People, you know what I'm saying, people that really like follow music, follow artists and all that. Because in the industry, anybody that is into managing artists all the way around won't just pay attention to their own. They're gonna look at everybody else. Yep. Everybody else serves as an example. You know what I'm saying? And everybody builds each other by everybody watching each other.
So on that tip though, to go off of what you were just saying, I have a question for you.
Yes.
What do you feel like, and you being in the industry and actually seeing this, you know, firsthand, if an artist isn't gonna be the manager, the booking agent, the market, like everything that an artist really needs if that artist isn't going to be that, what do you think is like the top 2 or 3 people that should be around them to do what they got to do to elevate themselves as an artist?
So honestly, for the most part, a lot of people would choose their relatives. I think trying to use somebody close to you, relative wise, could be you know what I'm saying, like a struggle because personal problems get in between the business. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So if business goes all the way bad, those personal relationships could go all the way bad. So I would always recommend not to have that type of, you know what I'm saying, like close person to you to work any of those situations. And as far as like getting somebody to manage you, a lot of people would show themselves as somebody that might be the best option for you. A lot of people can picture themselves as the right person. But in reality, once you start looking at people's backgrounds and then seeing their connections and how far they go into the music, if they go into the music at all, you know what I'm saying? It becomes a gamble. So it's like, all right, cool, they talk the talk. Now that could be something good because that's something that a manager could utilize. You know what I'm saying? Being able to have the gift of gag and being able to talk in every single situation, even if they don't have the experience.
Yeah.
But having people that are experienced, that are tapped into the industry, is gonna help you gain more access to the industry because of the relationships, because of the experiences, because of the connections that they have far beyond anything that you could imagine. You know what I'm saying? So it's cool to have somebody that'll help you get to a certain extent, but then once it gets time to like really put yourself out there and connect to the rest of the industry, it's, I think, a good idea to get with people that can connect you to the people that are already, you know what I'm saying, established. Because that new manager or that new person that's not already connected with everybody is gonna have to go through a lot of shit to get connected to everybody. So there's gonna be a lot of burnt bridges, there's gonna be a lot of good construction, but that person doesn't know how to navigate through the industry to know who to mess with, who not to mess with. And you could be in a room with the wrong person, walk through the front door with the wrong person, and that could be just enough to really cancel out any opportunity that you have in the industry. You feel what I'm saying?
That's real, bro. I've had many of managers. Like I've had quite a few managers, and unfortunately, they didn't work out in the way that I would have anticipated it to work out. But I was doing a lot of cool things. Like at one point, I'm not gonna say names of who my managers are, but like, you know, at one point I was connected with somebody who was managing and overseeing Chance the Rapper. At that moment, all of my songs that were out at that point, the manager was like, yeah, you should take those down, we're gonna start new. And I was like, what? Like that just like defeated everything like I felt like I was already working for. Like every song that I had out already, we're gonna start new and like rebrand and just rethink this whole thing. I'm like, yo, I don't know. So unfortunate part about that is that like I did that and then the manager bounced. So like
Bounced on it.
Bounced, bro. And so like all my music was gone. Everything was just off the internet. And I was like,
but did you took everything down and you said you remarketed, you rebranded everything?
Well, that was
put
the
everything
process
back
that
out?
we were going
so
into.
You re-released everything.
So yeah, I ended up having to re-release everything.
So what happens was once you took everything down and you re-released everything under new management took over those releases.
Well, I did the process of taking down the music, and the manager bounced. Yeah. So like I didn't have.
So you never put it back out.
So then I ended up like picking and choosing the songs that I really felt were the songs that define who I was and putting them back out.
Yeah. So basically, what I could tell you on that is any song that you ever put out before that wasn't a hit record. Not to say that it didn't reach anybody, even if it reached 10,000, 20,000. I'm talking Billboard numbers. You know what I'm saying? Millions of streams. Any songs that you put out before and didn't reach a plateau, you still have the opportunity to relaunch that song, re-release it, and keep going until something hits. If you feel like maybe the time is later, 10 years from now, and you had a song that you released a long time ago and you want to re-release that song, don't stop yourself.
Yeah.
Do it.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Put it out there, because this might be the time. Sometimes you could be 10 years ahead.
Yeah, bro.
Sometimes you could be 5 years ahead. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So at this point, you're more educated and you're more, you know what I'm saying, like able to do a lot more for yourself as an artist. So I believe that you could re-release them songs and be more impacted by, you know what I'm saying, everything that you could put into it.
Nah, that's real. That was one of my first experiences with a manager in general. You know,
Yeah.
I ended up going on and having different managers throughout my career. They just didn't end up working out. I feel like, you know, some of my managers just didn't work as hard as I did, and that was a big red flag for me. Like, I felt like I was always on go, and then the manager was like trying to catch up to me.
Yeah.
And I felt like if you were trying to catch up to me, you shouldn't be my manager.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I felt about those situations. But, you know, all those experiences kind of culminated into, you know, who I am today, and I could give some of the game back to the youth of what I'm doing right now and wherever my journey takes me next. You know what I'm saying?
And the crazy thing is, like, a lot of managers, I could tell you on behalf of managers, they're not artists. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of things that an artist would see and expect from a manager necessarily don't apply to the manager. It would be something that perhaps a lot of artists would expect them to know, or, you know, expect them to like really, you know, be focused more on. But that manager's gonna handle more of the business side. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to creative process and stuff like that, of course the AR in a manager is gonna be able to assist you in some sort of like constructive criticism, but to a certain extent. So that creativity and all the studio work and everything behind the scenes is gonna have to be put in by the artist. You know what I'm saying? And pretty much managers will be way more effective when you bring them a completed project. And then after that, they'll tell you, all right, go ahead, take a break, go home, go have fun. I'm gonna handle my work. You know what I'm saying? But that's not to excuse every single manager, because I don't know your manager's situation. You know what I'm saying? So at the same time, there is a lot of managers that just lack a lot of the experience, relationships, and money. You know what I'm saying? Because without money, there's really, you know what I'm saying, nothing that you could do if you're really trying to like exceed in the entertainment industry. Now, if you have a manager that's on point and knows how to, you know, fish for different opportunities to make money to be able to invest back into it, or if it's a manager that's already in the industry, most likely they got the bread. You know what I'm saying? They got what they need. But for people that, you know what I'm saying, that don't, is way harder. And I think local artists too, honestly, a lot of them would expect the manager to be the one to pay for everything. I don't think they really know the difference between an investor, you know what I'm saying, and a manager, because a manager is gonna come and manage the situation. An investor's a whole nother story. You know what I'm saying? And the investors, you never, for the most part, gonna see the investor. It's gonna be somebody that's don't want to be seen, don't care to be seen. That's somebody that just wants the bread. You know what I'm saying? That's just trying to flip. That's just trying to watch some old school, you know what I'm saying, $100 bills and shit like that. So it's like definitely, you know, it's circumstantial when it comes to management and having a manager. But times is changing too. And right now we're literally at the crosshairs of old school marketing and digital marketing. So management is completely different. And through videos and TikTok and YouTube and all that, a lot of people are learning that they could do a lot themselves. But you could make a fatal mistake, you know what I'm saying, putting yourself out there the wrong way. Because you can literally eliminate yourself from any possibilities, any, you know what I'm saying, like opportunities, because you don't establish yourself so much to the point where there's no way to take you and put you in the hands of a record label or anything else, because you establish yourself the wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
People that would go through distributions, sign distributions and all that, upload their music everywhere where there's DistroKid and everywhere else. And then when it comes time to them getting signed, all that shit has to go to the label so they can control it. So that they could, you know what I'm saying, structure the shit the right way. But if you're too far deep into the shit, the only way out of that whole situation is literally by renaming yourself. Coming out as a whole different name, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you don't use that name, you used it on emails and all that, but maybe you didn't do it the right way. Now you got different emails, different tags, different names on all social media, so it's not the ideal way to establish yourself as an artist because you're harder to find. And being that you're gonna be want to be, you know what I'm saying, like they're gonna want to be able to find you on every single platform with just one name. And if they can't do that, you know what I'm saying, then that's you're already working against the grain. So it's gonna be that much more harder to promote you for them platforms because people are gonna have to find out how they can find you on TikTok or whatever. Because Facebook might have Alex Cologne, you know what I'm saying, and which is actually like that. You have Alex Cologne and they're worldwide on Instagram, whatever. But
I made like a page on Facebook. It's like Worldwide Wednesday, the page. And
so you have all that.
My profile is just, you know, my
Alex
personal
Cologne,
profile. But I got a Facebook page that has Worldwide Wednesday. That's attached to my Instagram. So when I post on there, it like pops up.
Yeah, so you Gucci, you got it all. As far as, you know what I'm saying, like the Worldwide Wednesday. But, you know what I'm saying, I could definitely vouch for all that shit. Like, he was, you know what I'm saying, marketing all that shit super hard before, you know what I'm saying, like a year or two before, like, he was going hard with it. I'm talking about videos, you know what I'm saying? You was throwing out vertical content, one-shot clips, all that. So you was on it. Like, you knew what you was doing, and it was familiar to me as far as, like, what the industry standard was to market yourself as an artist. And then I definitely saw the shift between you focusing more on yourself to you focusing on spreading, you know what I'm saying, the talent, the education and the commitment to the youth and to everybody else around you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really fell back from yourself and focused more for everybody else. And I salute you on that. I salute you on that. But also, don't stop. Because you're talented, bro.
Yo, thank you, bro.
Do not stop, bro.
Thank you, man. You know, I still make music. I still got a vault of music that I want to release. Like, I want to keep working on music as far as projects and things like that. I think where I'm at right now, and which is, it's funny because, you know, you asked me to do the performance thing, and like, I'm not really in that headspace right now. I'm not really like in that mode, like I was 2 years ago. Word. But you know, I just felt called. I felt called to do something, and when you're called to do something, sometimes that drains the creative battery, the creative energy to even put out, you know, what you got going on the back end, and that's just kind of God's plan right now. But I definitely have music in the making. I'm also songwriting for other people. I'm also writing music for like commercials, TV and film. So like I'm trying to see where I get in and fit in the most convenient way for me while I like build Ripple Hub and everything that we're doing for the young people. But
and you do it with a limited amount of people. It's basically just you and Tabby, right?
So me and Tabby oversee like everything going on at Ripple Hub. We actually got a few facilitators that's going into the schools now. So Sir Dominique Jordan, Lassay, and then Kenyon, who is a new producer. So if you don't know who Sir Dominique Jordan is, he's poet, musician, singer-songwriter, all the great things, and teacher as well as mentor.
Shout out to Sir Dominique.
Yeah.
We got to get him on the podcast too. He reached out before, so I'm just basically making my rounds.
For sure.
And you know what I'm saying, getting everybody together collectively and strategically, because of course I am running, you know You know what I'm saying?
You got a lot going on, bro.
Yeah,
You got a lot going on.
definitely. I got.
You're the model that I should be really looking after, bro.
We got Easy V going on too over there. You know what I'm
How you
saying?
feeling, man? You've been quiet over there.
Nah, bro,
My
you
fault.
answered all the questions I ever had, like back to back.
Easy V
I'm
has
just
minimum
chilling,
2
bro.
questions per podcast.
Nah,
Yeah,
chill.
you know what I'm saying?
He
Well, I
answered
got a
all
question
of them.
for you, man. I got a question for
Oh
you.
man, questions for me.
Okay,
What's up, bro?
I got a question actually for both of y'all because you're both DJs at the end of the day. But let me ask,
Yep.
as far as DJs go, because we've had so many conversations about building your music up and putting your music out, right? As an independent artist, as a young independent artist.
Yes.
10, 15, 20 years ago, even more than that, DJs were the person that you got the music out through.
Absolutely.
Right? And I still feel like that's relevant in today's music industry and society. So my question is, like, how comes I don't hear a lot of local music being played in the clubs or the bars around, whether it's, you know, not just hip hop, but like, you know, rock or like any of the local music that pops out from over here?
So basically, I could tell you honestly, DJs back in the days were a lot more close knit. There was, you know what I'm saying? Like they were more, how you say, it was a smaller group of DJs. And they all communicated with each other. If not, you know what I'm saying, competed with each other. It was more regulated. And nowadays, there's really no regulation in the whole DJ industry. Technology has made DJing so easy to the point where anybody could DJ. So people are coming out of the woodworks DJing, you know what I'm saying? And through relationships and just being known in their area, a lot of people will support them. And because it's somebody new and people that really don't have bad names in the clubs, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that yet, because they're fresh and new, a lot of people would support them, you know what I'm saying, because they haven't experienced anything with the people that go out yet. You know what I'm saying? But that comes, that shit, it just makes its rounds. And eventually DJs end up bumping heads with people and stuff like that. But like I said, technology really made it easy for anybody to DJ. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you can move the crowd, move the crowd. But when it comes to how the DJs like work with records and putting records out and stuff like that, it would only be the people that have all the experience, you know what I'm saying, to know that records have to be played. You know what I'm saying? You have to connect with the artist, because every single artist is out there right now wasn't an artist before they became an artist. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that these DJs, these new DJs that don't know what a real DJ is supposed to be committed to as far as their part in the music industry and making records pop and all that, those people, you know what I'm saying, like, they fall back from trying to play anybody else's music because their mind is not expanded. You know what I'm saying? Like, their experience is just not enough for them to realize that, you know what I'm saying? Like, you need to take that dude's music and play it. You know what I'm saying? Put that into your rotation. Try it out. See how the crowd, you know what I'm saying? See how the crowd moves, because that kid right there that you denying might be the next biggest artist tomorrow. And you gonna miss that opportunity. So it's not how the music is. At the same time, being a dope ass DJ is how you play the music, how you drop it. Funk Master Flex drops bombs on it. You know what I'm saying? DJ Khaled is always gonna drop his drop on it. You know what I'm saying? And just like having that extra energy, whether you're a hype man, a DJ, you know what I'm saying, whatever it is, putting that extra energy behind a song at a show, you know what I'm saying, at a concert or the radio station, and all that could be what the listener needs to open up and accept that song however you're putting it out there. You know what I'm saying? Because I could listen to a song that has nothing to do with hip-hop or anything right now, and because our mood is hip-hop, that song might throw me off. You know what I'm saying? But getting people into the mood, which is a DJ's job, is what plays its part in actually making records pop. You know what I'm saying? Because there's, like I said, there's records that we'll listen to in the club that we won't listen to in the car.
Nah, fact.
There's records that
Facts.
we'll listen to in the car we won't listen to in the club.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Slow music, all that. Nowadays, DJs will play every single type of genre, and being creative with it and being able to put it together, and you know what I'm saying, like play it in a sense where they make it part of their DJ set, like a show, whether it's making people open up by singing lyrics, familiar lyrics, and then mixing quick into something else, or putting the right music out there when it comes to people, you know what I'm saying, like the bottle girls bringing out a bottle. Make that shit an experience. You know what I'm saying? Like
theme music.
Exactly, theme music. You know what I'm saying? Graveyard, you know what I mean? Like, you know, intense music that you can make a story out of while these girls is bringing out the music. You know what I'm saying? Like, drop all the music. You know what I'm saying? Pew, 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 yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's being a creative DJ.
Your passion talking.
Being a creative DJ all the way around.
Love that.
Is worth way more than just being somebody that can mix and never touch a microphone. You know what I'm saying? You gotta connect with your crowd.
I wanna see what my friend Easy V over there has to say about it.
Yo, I'm quiet over here, bro. I'm just listening.
I know.
Nah, but I
man.
got my Logic says most of the reason why you don't really hear a lot of new artists is at the bars and stuff like that. But also from my experience, a lot of the music that some of these artists makes aren't bar and club friendly. You know what I'm saying? Like to me, you gotta make something that a DJ will listen to it and be like, oh yeah, this is gonna have everybody dancing. This is gonna have everybody moving. Because nowadays it's harder for me to play, you know what I'm saying? Like Logic said, there's music that you listen to in the car, there's music that you listen to at a bar, there's, you know what I'm saying? Like this. So like he said also, DJs are telling the story now with mashups and being able to take, you know, an R&B song and put a hip hop beat with it, or take a hip hop song and put an R&B beat to it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a storytelling now.
Yeah.
But I think it's hard for DJs to play newer music because a lot of people don't know it. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people are used to what they hear on the radio. So I think I don't know, bro. It's hard. It's hard for it's easy for an artist to be like, yo, can you play this joint at that? You know, can you play this for me at the bar or play this at the club? You know what I'm saying? Like it's easy for people to say that, but in our reality, as a DJ, if the song is whack or like the owner don't, you know, no offense to any artists, I'm just saying, you know, like if the song isn't up to par for the venue, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't really.
That's real.
Definitely owners of the venues, they
play a big
tend
part.
to try to put their two senses into what a DJ plays and stuff like that, and then that ends up affecting the DJ's ability to choose a good set, because he'll go with a set already ready to play for that night, and then all of a sudden you know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna be told not to play this type of music. Don't play that, whatever.
You think the owner is right in saying that?
Because it's crowd control.
Yeah.
But I could play the most hooded shit in the club and still control the crowd.
Right.
Control the crowd.
Right.
But because I'm vocal, I'm a hype man too. I get on the microphone and I you know what I'm saying? Like Easy V will tell you from the gate.
Yeah.
Back in the days, I would walk into the dance floor and I would control the crowd from the dance floor. You know what I'm saying? So I'm there with them. I'm dancing with them. I'm taking control of the crowd by literally being face to face with them, touching them, dancing with them all the time. Now, pause. You know what I'm saying? Not crazy like that, but, you know, respectfully, you know, being handshakes, you know what I'm saying? All that type of shit. So I'm giving them what or how we should be dancing or spending our time with this type of music. You know what I'm saying? Where some hype mans or some DJs that they're just, you know what I'm saying, like mentally not thinking, and they would say some wild shit that would actually cause the club to flip on each other and do some wild shit. And as a DJ also, you gotta learn what to play after a certain song. how to send people to the bar. You know what I'm saying? How to like get ready to make an announcement. How to play music when artists, you know what I'm saying? When artists, what you call it, perform. You know what I'm saying? If I was a DJ and I put a song for an artist to perform, what I would do is mix into the artist's song and then surprise the crowd with that performance. Have the artist, you know what I'm saying, like literally just hop on the stage and start rapping with his music being mixed from the last song that you just left off and not stopping it, introducing the artist, killing the vibe, and then all of a sudden you got everybody walking off because ain't that this dude's son up there? Ain't that this little kid they used to? So you gotta blend it in because if you blend it into that shit, they're not gonna realize that, you know what I'm saying, you got somebody coming up with a microphone.
I love
Half
it.
the time they gonna be, you know what I'm saying? So that's where you'll catch them by surprise and get a real reaction from the crowd.
I love that. Honestly, this is a play for any independent artist kind of listening in and tapping in right now to the Lancastar podcast. This is a play right now, right? You give music to a DJ. The DJ plays it. So what, right?
Yeah.
If you make a moment out of it, and it's like, yo, the DJ gonna play it. You know the DJ, you have the relationship with them. You're like, all right, I'm gonna play it into this song, and then you're gonna come out and perform.
Yeah.
All right, you perform, so what, right? Now let's take it a step further. You give the song to the DJ, you got a relationship, they play the song, you perform, and you have the video camera ready.
Yeah.
Now there's something kind of traction that can kind of take you from that moment into another dimension, right? Because
Facts.
a lot of the time, what I see personally is that, you know, they think the moment, and they as like the art, I feel like just artist community at large, who might not know the business side and like how the things work on marketing side, is like you can have a DJ play your record. That's a really cool thing. My song got played on the radio. I eventually got my music on the radio, but that didn't do much for me other than having me be able to post up I was played on the radio. You know what I'm saying? Like, cool. All right, what's next? You know what I'm saying? But like, if you were able to have that video camera ready while you're performing your song and standing on top of the bar and having people look at you, now those people, when you say your name up on the bar and through the microphone, yo, I'm Worldwide Wednesday, now they go and search you up. They see that video of you performing on the bar and people can share and say I was there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, all of these things have to be thought about when you're thinking long term for music. How can you create moments? It goes back to my conversation on moments. How can we create moments with music? Because it's not just about music anymore. It's about you as an artist. It's about who you are and what you stand for. It's about how you utilize your voice to create a message that's going to be amplified throughout the world. You know what I'm saying? All these things are so valid, and the music that is so temporary is starting to be phased out. So like, how do you make real music anymore? Is the question.
Yeah.
How do you tell your story and your experiences through the music so that people can relate and really hold you, have this cult fan base so that they can really just invest in you, and you're giving back by giving them music, products, and things that, you know, they really want to see from you as a brand and as a business owner. And I think that breaking it down to like the most simple level is you can't be an artist, and you can't be an artist without being an entrepreneur.
Facts.
Right? And being an artist is being an entrepreneur.
Yep.
Because it is your business. It's nobody else's business to get you on in the way that you foresee you getting on. Whether or not the record label picks you up, you're still a business. You're partnering with this other entity, right? So like, if I had Worldwide Wednesday LLC, which I have at one point, and I go to Atlantic Records, now if the contract says this, you're partnering with that record label to be able to have a bigger partnership. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, you just gotta think bigger, more long term. I just thought it was cool that you kind of gave that play, because that's one of many plays that you could utilize to get your music heard by many.
Facts.
And that's
the DJs play a big part. You know what I'm saying?
Huge part. And that's what I'm saying. Like, how do we get back to this era of like, okay, the DJs are in the club. There's some really cool DJs in Lancaster City that are playing at some really cool bars. I've sent my music to a couple of them. I've heard that my music has been played at a couple places that I might have not been at, but I wasn't able to capitalize on that. So I think it's more not just giving the music to the DJ, but like creating a relationship with them. So that way, you know when it's going to be played and you can capitalize on that moment.
Definitely creating relationships with them, because one of the main things that a lot of upcoming DJs or DJs that are not industry established, you could be in your city, but we gotta be real with it. We gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like, all feelings aside, real is real. You could be big in your city, you could be big in your area, you could be big in your state, but not necessarily industry put. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily deep in the industry to where you're messing with all like cities, all states, countries worldwide. Out here, I can tell you Big Al 360 is the one that has a lot of DJ connections. You know what I'm saying? Down south, Atlanta, out west, overseas, all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to Big Al 360. So, on top of that, he has record plaques and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he has producer credits and everything. So that just goes to show his input, you know what I'm saying, in the music industry. So when it comes to somebody like him, which honestly, lately he's been real laid back. He hasn't been, you know what I'm saying, on his DJ shit. If anything, he's been throwing more events and stuff like that. But he has a lot, and I want to bring him on a podcast. I just want to make sure this set is comfortable for him, because you see how little this chair is.
Yeah.
Big Al 360 is really Big Al 360. You know what I'm saying? So
tall,
I gotta get a king size motherfucking throne chair for Big Al 360. But don't worry, Big Al, I got you though. We gonna bring you on soon. But yeah, there's definitely a lot to learn. Relationships is something that really has to be established between the artists and the DJs locally, and also the DJs. You know what I'm saying, out here, I believe need to learn a lot of industry values. You know what I'm saying? So they could implement that into just being a DJ out here, rocking a club and all that. That's cool, but that's not enough. You know what I'm saying? They got to get into really putting themselves on professional content, professional photo shoots, stop doing the camera phone pictures. You know what I'm saying? Market yourself, brand yourself 100%, like really put yourself out there.
Invest
as
in
much
yourself.
as an artist puts themselves. Exactly, because when artist goes on tour, they need a DJ on stage. And if you're not as marketable as that artist, it's gonna be real hard for you to be on stage. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be real hard for them to choose you. And that's why there's a lot of DJs, females and all that will get those opportunities, because they put more attention into, you know what I'm saying, like their quality. Whereas a lot of DJs that tend to be a lot of, have a lot of macho in them, really won't lean towards any of that, and they'll down talk it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, these dudes just look good. They take pictures. They take videos. We don't gotta do none of that. We rock the clubs.
Yeah.
You're in denial. You know what I'm saying? Because as an artist, a DJ is an artist, and you have to market yourself just as good as the people that you want to be next to, in order to blend in. You know what I'm saying? In order to invest and meet somebody toe to toe. And artists out here is not, like I said, it's not always gonna be how the music was made, like what the music is, but how you play the music. And you know what I'm saying? If you feel that it's not the right song, have the artist tell the artist, talk to the artist, let them know, listen, this is the type of music that I'm looking for. You know what I'm saying? Or this is the type of music, or whatever. And you know what I'm saying? Guide that artist to bring you back the right song so that you can play and not necessarily brush them off to the point where it's just more like a competition thing. Because DJs are compete with artists. I don't know for what, you know what I'm saying? But you don't have to compete with the artist. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't block the artist off, because everything that you're playing through the speakers is another artist. So to, you know what I'm saying, to look at your local artists and think that these dudes are not what I want to play through my speakers. Every artist was a local artist before they became, you know what I'm saying, became commercial artists. So, you know what I'm saying, open up. Build with artists locally, help them, go to the studio with them, make records with them, host their mixtapes, pull up to the video shoots, you know what I'm saying, be in the videos with them. take pictures with them, like become one when it comes to the music industry, because everybody's equally important. Photographers, videographers, DJs, hype men, you know what I'm saying, managers, all that shit is all equally important, and everybody has their job. But the main important thing is to never compete with each other. You know what I'm saying? And create that boundary, because it's always gonna be a conflict of interest. You're only gonna go but so far because you don't want me going but so far because you don't, you know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to surpass anybody. So as long as that competition is out the window and everybody equally wants to see each other win, then the sky's the limit after that.
That's real, bro. How long have you been in Lancashire for?
I've been in Lancaster since 2001 on and off. We came up here from Mississippi. We was all the way down south due to, you know what I'm saying, it's crazy shit. But, you know what I'm saying, like, on and off. So I would be here for a couple years, go back to Connecticut, you know what I'm saying, come back, you know what I'm saying, ended up in jail and all that shit, came back.
Type shit.
But long enough to know that this is where I'd rather live and everywhere else is where I'd rather work, just because, you know, the money and the work ethic and everything is different. A lot of people out here still have a lot to learn. And as I'm doing podcasts and making my way around and you know, like I was telling my man Zayor over here, everybody that I'm booking podcasts with, shout out to Zayor.
Yeah, we just shout in. He's been in here in the cut, chilling, his head back and everything.
Facts. Mostly everybody that, you know what I'm saying, like I've been doing podcasts with or considering to do podcasts with, haven't really did any interviews. So it's not as easy as I would want it to be, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm already established in the music industry and I worked with a lot of industry people and did a lot of industry related, you know what I'm saying, like marketing and promo runs and all that, going to radio stations. And like you said, you work in media and all that, in radio. So you know how it is to walk through the front door and there's always, you know what I'm saying, the name on the board and welcome this person, welcome that. And then first you go take your pictures and then you go over here and then you get something to eat and then you get ready for the interview and then you go into the interview and then you do your drops and your video drops and your radio drops and all that. So there's so much, you know what I'm saying, like to it. And because I'm using that to do everything, you know what I'm saying, associated with the podcast and build it correctly, it's catching everybody by surprise. They're not used to it. You know what I'm saying? So when, you know, I would take everybody on this ride, it's just a little bit more difficult, but there's some people that catch on quicker. Some people that just need a little more experience. They need to do it a couple more times than, you know what I'm saying, be able to walk into a place and handle it the way an industry artist would be able to. Walk through the front door, already know, all right, there's gonna be somebody waiting for us. There's always a tour person. There's always somebody that's gonna show you to every single round. You know what I'm saying? Every single corner, every single thing that you need to do while you're there at the radio station, because they're gonna do 250,000 things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Literally.
So being an artist and being familiar with that, you know, it spoiled me. So it's a little different now where I gotta do these podcasts with a lot of local artists and local people that never been through it, because I gotta coach them through it. So this is a learning experience as well as a marketing experience, because after this and everything I do with the podcasts and how I put the short form clips and all that shit out, they're learning also. And you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Blush. She was on point with everything that I was doing. You know what I'm saying? Short form content, putting everything out there. She was literally no questions asked. Don't do this, don't do that. It was no extra back and forth, no nothing. It's whatever went up, whatever went up. Hey, we gotta do this. This is what we doing. We promoting. And to this day, she was one of the most viewed guests, you know what I'm saying, that we had on Lancastar podcast. As far as curated views and all that, we surpassed 100,000 with her. So
Congratulations.
shout out to Blush.
Let's go.
Blush!
Big shout out to Blush.
And since we got that algorithm up there, we definitely got to keep that algorithm going. And I think that this podcast is going to contribute to that.
Yeah.
We definitely got through a lot of good points.
Yeah, no, this is exciting, bro. And honestly, shout out you, bro. Shout out DJ G Logic for hosting this podcast, for putting on so many people, for educating the artist community.
I'm just trying.
Give it back, talking to them, conversating, communicating. Like, I feel like people like you are so important. You need to keep doing what you're doing, bro.
I appreciate you. And likewise to you, you know what I'm saying? Everything that you're doing with the kids out here, everything that you're doing with the upcoming artists and, you know what I'm saying, talent alike, and working with different venues and bringing people together and showing people how to network, you know what I'm saying? The whole ripple, you know what I'm saying? The whole mix thing, like all that, everything that you're doing is a beautiful thing, and I'm really looking forward to seeing a lot more coming from that. And also, I will be more than happy to be able to implement Lancastar into that. Yeah, and bro, the way that how you structured everything as far as teaching them everything, a lot of that reminded me of what I wanted to do with Lancastar from the start. Because Lancastar was supposed to be a competition.
I remember you
know
told
what I'm saying? So everything that you told us about the whole mix thing falls into line with exactly what I wanted that competition to do. So since that's something that's already in formation, and I know that you're somebody that's serious about this whole thing, let me know. We make it. You know what I'm saying?
Let's get it.
If we could go back to the Lancastar competition and we could implement it into your movement, let me know if that's something we could do. If you're cool with that, you know what I'm saying? I'm there.
Premier partnerships. This is what we talk about. Premier partnerships.
Yes.
Love it. I love it. Yeah, no, I appreciate it, bro.
Never know, bro.
Excited for what the future looks like, and we gonna keep working in the current moment. That's what we gotta keep doing.
Yes, you already know. This has been one hell of a podcast, and time has flew. As much as I would like to drag this past 3 hours, we got a 1 hour mark that basically we gotta make sure we stick to. We already passed that shit.
Yeah, I wanted to tell y'all, but
it's great conversation though.
It was lit.
You know what I'm saying? So we just gonna go ahead and what you call it, take what we got. But I don't want this to be the last. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna need another interview. We're gonna need a follow up.
Yeah,
we're gonna need something. You know what I'm saying? And because you're moving it, you're still young, still got a lot ahead of you. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be following the movement. And,
yes, sir. Appreciate it.
And looking forward to more collaborations.
Amen.
Word.
Lancaster.
You already know. Tell them where to find you.
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, anything. Worldwide Wednesday. Two different words. Worldwide and then Wednesday. You could just look that up, and I'll be up somewhere. YouTube, Google, your Apple playlist, your Spotify playlist.
Yeah.
Make sure you follow him.
Worldwide Wednesday.
And then follow me.
And then go follow Easy V. Easy V, where can they follow you at?
Follow me at ITS_EasyV. It's Easy V. Shit.
And that's just on Instagram. Where can they find you on Facebook?
Facebook is my government name. It's Easy V.
You see where that you see where we go back to all your social media is not matching your name.
Nah, they do.
Easy V.
That joint, Facebook did that by itself, bro.
Okay, he got hacked before too, so.
Shit.
Shout out to everybody overseas.
Shout out to the hackers.
They got all that money.
Just to end this off, though, bro. We should do like we should collaborate on a mini workshop for these for these artists.
Yeah.
On like taking them through the steps of just creating themselves as a brand and knowing what that looks like. It could be an hour, it could be 2 hours, just kind of posting up in a workshop and educate our fellow artist people.
Yeah, so let's do it.
We
could even do it, you know what I'm saying? We could do a live segment. You know what I'm saying? We could coach them more even on handling stuff like this, interviews and, you know what I'm saying, radio runs and all that, and educating them on, you know what I'm saying, whatever we could add on to what
I love
you
it.
already doing.
I love it, bro. I love it. We gonna get it.
So we down with it.
Yeah, bro, I'm just a DJ.
Hey, you not just a DJ, you an artist too.
I appreciate
You an
that, bro.
artist
I
too,
used to
bro.
be, I went to school for producing.
DJs are artists. DJ
Facts.
G Logic said it himself. You know what else are artists? A lot of people don't think about it. Chefs,
Yup.
people who bake, people who are architects, product designers,
Barbers.
barbers. Like, you gotta keep going. Anybody who creates something, and this is how I define artists to my young students, is like, if you can think it and you can dream it and make it become a reality, you're an artist.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what it is, what industry it is. If you can think it and dream it and make it real, then you're an artist, bro.
Facts.
You're an artist.
Artist is creation.
People who create.
So
Just
anything
people who
that's
create.
creativity, anything that has to do with creation, you know what I'm saying, is creativity. AKA artistry.
Let's go, bro.
So we're all artists.
I'm gonna grab y'all some shirts. I don't got them on me now, but I'm gonna send
We need them. Let me get a 2X. I'll take a 2X. You could give Easy V an extra small.
Extra small.
Extra
Yeah.
small for Easy V.
Make sure you go follow Logic for your local jokes.
Yeah.
Easy type shit.
Yo, you already know we got Alex Cologne in the building.
Big shout out
Worldwide
to
Wednesday.
Alex. Yeah.
DJ Easy V. My man Zayor in the building with us. What up, Zayor?
Zai in the back.
He's real quiet.
Mad quiet.
We got him coming up on another interview, so
He
make
wants-
sure you stay tuned for that.
He wants to go stream, bro. He's
Yo.
done. He's done. He's
Appreciate
done
you
hearing
coming
us,
by and
bro.
helping us out. But you already know, hey, Lancastar.
Yeah.
Hey, you already know we gonna wrap this episode up. Appreciate everybody that tuned in. Shout out to everybody on the gram. Shout out to everybody on Twitch, everybody on YouTube, Facebook. You see this episode, like, comment, share, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next Lancastar. Next week, we got Nikki London in the building. Shout out to Nikki London.
Big shout out to the London.
And look out for more collaborations with my man Worldwide Wednesday.
Cheer. We appreciate you, my boy.
Yes, sir. We out of here. Happy holidays. Don't drink and drive.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace. That was good. That was good.